Now I'm going to show you how to download and install Git. So let's go to git-scm.com/download and you will be welcomed by this page. So let's click on download for Windows and it should start automatically, and let's give it a second or few seconds to download. And in the meantime, if you haven't, I'm encouraging you and highly recommending to download and install Notepad++. And this is done. Let's press run and yes. And now the installation wizard has started, and let's click on next. See, program files is okay, next. And we can leave these things as default, next, next. And now you see the thing, so it's asking us to select the default editor, and now I'm going to select use Notepad++ as Git's default editor. That is recommended by me, next. Now for this thing, we can leave it, let Git decide, or you can override. It doesn't matter that much. So it's asking about default name for new branch. Let's click next. And you can leave this option as recommended as well. And the next thing, you can use the default option, next. So most of these options you can leave as they are default, but if you want and go ahead and play with it, go ahead, but I don't recommend it unless you really know what are you doing. And for this thing, we can click next and select the default option. This is fine as well, I think. Yes, use Minty. Default fast for merge, that's fine as well. Next, Git credential manager, that's the default option, that's fine as well. So basically it's like next, 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 just like you're installing a game. Files, enable file system caching, that's fine as well. Next, enable experimental support for pseudo consoles. I don't need this. Click install. And it shouldn't take a while because it's a rather small piece of software. So Git is installed and we don't really need release notes. And now let's proceed with installation process of GUI. And as for Git's GUI, I personally prefer Sourcetree. GUI or GUI stands for Graphics User Interface, and go to sourcetreeapp.com and download for Windows. Agree, and it's gonna download. Give it a few seconds and let's run the installer. Now, the installation wizard has started, and for this registration, we can skip because we are not going to use Bucket Server or Bitbucket. Skip, and for this, we don't need Mercurial because we are using just Git. And this is why I recommend installing Git first rather than going Sourcetree first, because as you can see, Sourcetree has detected that we already have the Git installed and it's already configured, so this is fine. And the configure automatic line ending by default, we don't need to select this. We don't need to check this option because it's already configured by Git. And configure global ignore, we don't need that as well, so you can leave these options unchecked and Mercurial unchecked. So let's proceed and click next. And before we finish, take a moment to configure these settings. So I'm gonna call this Valsogar laptop, but you can call it however you want it. And make sure to pick a nice username that you want to use for your machine. And I need to fill out the email. Now, do you have an SSH key that you would like to load? No, because we are not using SSH. And now we are in Sourcetree, and the installation process of Git and Sourcetree are done. That's it for this video. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to use Git and Sourcetree with your projects and repositories. Thank you for watching this video. Feel free to leave your comments and share this video with other people who might be interested. Also, please press like and subscribe buttons. It means a lot to us. If you're interested to get to know us better, check out our website at valsogar.com. Again, thank you for watching and see you soon.